Hi, how you doing? Justin here. Today we're back for another look at We Wish You a Merry Christmas. This one's obviously a little bit more complicated than the last. I would strongly recommend that you have a look at the easy version first of all, because it'll make sense of the harmony more. This version I was kind of basically having a bit of fun with it, and I figured that you guys would enjoy seeing the way you can kind of play about with the tune. This one I was mainly thinking about how I could make the bass movements kind of interesting, and then playing about with a bit of the melodies as well. And I think it's got some interesting things going on. There's a few little sticky moments that you might have to concentrate on for. Well, at least I had to concentrate on as I was writing the arrangement, you know. Again, I've mentioned it before, but the big deal with these things is making sure that you play it just slowly and accurately. So if you come across a bar that you're finding difficult, just play that one bar over and over again nice and slowly, and get your fingers kind of learning it as a kind of a muscle memory, so you don't have to think about it too much, and then be able to play the whole piece nice and slowly all of the way through before you speed it up. And I've got a tab and a Guitar Pro arrangement for free on the site, so if you want to go and check that out. The good thing with the Guitar Pro version is that you can slow it right down and then be able to play it really, really slowly along with me, making sure that you get it right and you've got the timing right and the fingering right, and then you can gradually, it's kind of like playing with a metronome, except you're playing with somebody else. It also kind of helps, and being a Guitar Pro arrangement, you can fiddle with it and be a bit creative and make it your own version as well. So we're going to start off with a close-up look at the fretting hand, then a close-up look at the finger picking hand. But do remember that this kind of pattern, you know, you want to find the patterns that work most comfortably for you. There are certain little bits where the arrangement is restricting what fingering you might use for either hand, but do, you know, spend a little bit of time exploring it yourself and make sure that you find the one that's comfortable for you. So let's get to that close-up. So the very first bar is exactly the same as the simple arrangement for the fretting hand. The basic one was, okay, this more fancy one. Okay, so it's all just down to fingerstyle pattern. On the F chord, it's almost identical. The basic one was. Now we've got. Okay, so the only thing really is the very last note. We lift the second finger off to reveal the open G string, which sounds nice and it makes a kind of handy transition to our D minor. Now for the D minor for this version, you definitely want to be using fingers 2 and 4 here. As you can see, it kind of snakes around the bass line, going from the open D, the open A, to the F sharp, to the G. And here, just makes sense perfectly with this fingering. So going on here on the G chord is just playing straight down the scale and the C major scale, but you can see leaving the third finger down. Being in G, those technically might want to call this a G mixolydian, but it doesn't really matter what name you give it really. It's a bit of scale with a G bass note. And the bass note, actually, speaking of bass notes, is moving from the G to the D and back again. So the thumb is moving from thickest to fourth to thickest. We're going to do a close-up on that hand, of course, in a second, but it's important to realize how it's working. That's the bass line. Okay, so then we're on to an E chord. Okay, now again, the fingering for this makes a big difference. So we're starting here with a little E chord with the bass note up here now on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. Then we lift off the 2nd finger, and it's going to go down and play the F note in the melody. Now 3rd finger is going to reach over to hit the B note, which is the 2nd fret of the 5th string. And then little finger's going to play the D note, which is 3rd fret of the 2nd string. Nice and slow. Going to a little A minor again. Okay, it's a bit of a spidery one, that one. Get the fingering right, take it slow, and it's fine. Get the fingering wrong, or stop to think about it, it starts to go wonky. You're just going to sit there. You've got to, you know, that kind of pattern, nice and slow over the tricky bit. I won't lie, I have to do it as well with any of these kind of arrangement-y things where there's something odd like that. I haven't done that movement before I did this arrangement of this song, so I have to kind of figure it out. And now we're on to the A minor. Okay. So first finger, fourth finger, third finger. Okay, so it's important to use fourth finger there. Otherwise you have too much of a jump. You can see having to do that. First finger, little finger, bass notes moving over to the G, third finger, third fret, thicker string, while you're holding that C note melody. Okay, then we've just got the open E string and the second fret of the third string going to an open string. Let's look at that E to the A minor there. It's probably the most awkward bit of the whole tune. Okay, well this bit's a little bit awkward as well. So onto the F chord now. I've been quite often playing it just as a regular F, but to get to that jump from there, it's quite difficult to separate the third and fourth fingers out. And it's definitely a lot easier to use first finger, second finger and third finger on that F, because then little finger's almost ready to go in the right place. Just third finger has to do a little bit of a jump. So that would probably be my recommended fingering there. On the F, separate the fingers, first finger, first fret, then second finger on the second fret of the fifth string, the note B, with the open B, pluck the open G string, C, and then we're just adding little finger for the sus. Okay, let's go through that nice and slowly, that whole section. Okay, so the next section is a little bit different to the kind of basic version, because I'm moving the kind of the harmonic movement of the song between the top line and the bass line. So the C, okay, so we're just basically it's C chord. We're playing a little melody there. On the G, now we're changing a bit, getting a bit scalular in the bass line. Okay, G, A, B, C, D, back to G again. Third fret, open on the fifth string, second fret, third fret, open D string, and back to our note G. So C, G. And on the D note, I'm also playing the open B string as well, the open second string. Here. Okay, now we've got an F. Now it's got the melody basically is happening there. You can either again use thumb over or a full bar chord. Onto the F we go. Now, it's a lot easier this one really to play with the thumb over, playing the bass line, frets 1, 2 and 3 with fingers 1, 2 and 3 on strings 2, 3 and 4. You can see a very common way of playing F for fingerstyle, and then using little finger. So again, you're just creating a little melody. It's possible to do it with a bar chord. Kind of awkward though, because you're having to play a note, then lift up the bar, put it back down again while holding the tip down. It's possible, it's just a bit awkward. So doing the thumb over. Sorry, I was playing that wrong there. We want the open string at the end. And then C. Okay, so this one, we're playing the C and the open G. Okay, and we've got the scale again. 3rd fret, 2nd fret, open, 3rd fret, then open E. The little finger's going to go down in the 3rd fret, slide up to the 4th fret. Or you could play it if you want, actually. So it doesn't really matter if you're going to play that or slide it, whatever you like the taste of. So those first 4 bars. Okay, we're nearly there, so C. Okay, this is a really nice movement for a C, being able to play the C. And then lay first finger down and off. It's just a little bit tricky to get the fold of the first finger like that. G. So now we've got the again this little movement, but now we've got going on as well, melody. So outside 2 strings, open A, then we've got the B note and the bass with the open G string, just the C note. Now we've got the D string and the B together, followed by the G. Again, make sure you get the tab in front of you. It makes it a lot easier for this sort of thing. Okay, finishing with F, just 1st and 2nd finger on the first 2 notes, 3rd finger, 3rd fret, 4th string. Then separate 3rd and 4th fingers again for the G, C note. Now we're playing the B note in the bass, 2nd fret of the 5th string with the open B string, 3rd finger. Actually, probably 4th finger's better to play that note. Thinking about it now, the 3rd fret of the 4th string. Because then we use 4th finger, all of the fingers are ready for that last C chord. So the last 4 bars now. So the biggest deal for this kind of arrangement really is about the thumb. It's the bass line really that kind of brings it up. So it's realizing the bass. Yeah, it's got quite a lot of movement. Okay, so okay, really a lot going on there with the thumb. So starting off with the first bar, the C, we've got the thumb, we'll be obviously playing the 5th string, 4th string, and back to the 5th string again. The melody, 1st finger playing the 1st note, then 2nd finger, 2nd, 1st, 2nd, 1st. You wouldn't really have to do it this strictly. I'm just trying to give you a good starting point. Now onto the F. Okay, again, thumb and second finger, first finger, thumb and second finger, but thumb's moved over to the fifth string, first finger again, then thumb and second finger, thumb's moved back again to the thicker string, and first finger is going to finish by playing the open G string. Now onto the D minor. So, thumb and second finger, first finger plays the G string. Now, third finger is going to play the thinner string while thumb moves over to the fifth string. So, actually I'm using their third finger, second finger on the melody. Now, thumb, of course, playing the bass note, second finger, first finger. Okay, this is a little bit weird because thumb is moving from thicker string to fourth string and back, but the melody kind of gets tangled up. So we've got second finger, first finger, thumb and second finger, then first finger is going to play the D string right after the thumb's played it, and then thumb and second finger again and first finger. Bit weird, that pattern. It's not when you get used to it, because again it's following a kind of a nice pattern. So now onto the E chord. I'm using my thumb on the bass note and my third finger to play the melody there up on the thinner string. First finger is going to play the G string, then thumb and third finger again, second finger, thumb and third finger, second finger. Now, I generally seem to be doing thumb and second finger together, then first, thumb and second finger, then first, thumb and second finger, and then first finger. There definitely seems to be quite a lot of that happening in this. It's not particularly a conscious thing. This kind of thing, I'm more worried about what the thumb does, making sure the thumb's consistent, and I just let the fingers get on with it. So I do tend to change it from time to time, and you might find yourself doing that too, and that's fine. F, again thumb and second, followed by first finger. And it's followed it again. Thumb and second finger, first finger, thumb and second finger, first finger, thumb and second finger, first finger, thumb, first, thumb, first. Let's have a look at that all of the way through, nice and slow. The second section's a little bit strange because there's so much movement either in the top line or the bottom, but not much happening at the same time. Okay? I'm alternating between first and second fingers. Again, wouldn't really matter if you wanted to just use one finger. So on the C, on the G. Okay, so we've got a bass line. Very, you know, the thumb's getting a bit of action there, and then chord. Okay, and again, just at the end there on beat 3, we've got the thumb and second finger playing the B string. Okay, F. Again, bass note playing the chord obviously, and the fingers. Probably going to do a little spread or a roll. Use whatever fingers you like on that one really. then C. Okay, bass note and third finger, the birdie finger. Okay. Then as you hit that low E is the melody you're going to play. Either, I often do it with a slide there, so just playing it with the second finger and sliding little finger up there on the fretting hand, of course, to get to our C chord. But you could definitely play, if you want to play both of those notes with the same finger or different fingers, it wouldn't make a whole lot of difference. Onto the C chord. Okay, so the block chord, second finger, first, second, first, second. But again, it wouldn't matter if you wanted to do something different. G. Okay, this is a little bit weird. Outside strings, thumb and third finger. Then thumb and middle finger. Then thumb and middle finger again, and first finger in the middle. F, okay, second finger and thumb, followed by first finger, second finger and thumb, followed by first finger, second finger and thumb, followed by first finger to C. I really hope you enjoy having a go at this arrangement of We Wish You a Merry Christmas, and all that's left for me to do really is to wish you a very, very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. You take care of yourselves. See you again soon. Bye-bye.